Uh, hey, now, Peruski, how are you, my friend? Um, that crazy family and Barbara, the the storm. You know, they always say you always heed the warnings and everything because one day when you think it's going to be much to do about nothing, it's going to be a nasty storm. But just finished having some lunch and now, oh yeah, you are out there in La La Land. Call that La La Land. But the storm, the hurricane. At one point, it was a Category 1, but it sure wasn't a Category 1 and I mean, it come directly over us. We were socked in as far as the rain and stuff, but it was just never any. Hey, Elena again, dear. How are you? And Christy. It just never. We were socked in with the rain, and every once in a while there was a little gust of wind, but for the most part it was a nothing. It was much ado about nothing. And I would say about 90% of the time when these hurricanes and stuff's coming around, my gut feeling about them, about what it's going to amount to, is pretty much on the money. And my gut feeling on this one was dead on the money. So you got all these people now sitting in here in Marion County, Florida, with cases and cases and cases of bottled water. Uh, my daughter didn't got bottled water. Well, she gets bottled water anytime, but she wound up getting I don't know, 4 or 5 cases, and I just went around and got empty drink bottles and water bottles and stuff, and I filled them up and put them in the freezer. So I've got about 30 or 40 bottles of frozen water in the freezer, but it's there. And I will drink it anyway because the water I drink, it comes from the spigot here. I just can't see buying water when you got perfectly. You need to buy a lotto ticket. Yeah, I tell you about the lotto one time. I was playing the lottery a lot. And my wife, she told me, she called me RM. She said, RM, do you realize how much money you're spending on the lottery? And I got to thinking about it. So I said, what what I'm going to do, I'm just going to skip every other day. And I had numbers that I played regular. I had one that I played on the Fantasy 5. I ain't forgot it till this day. 368-1019. And this was a telephone number of a lady friend of mine that worked for me. She was my floor lady or foreman or whatever you want to call it. And I liked that number, 368-1019. And so I played it every night, just like that. Never come in, but when I started skipping every other night, guess what? That freaking number came in the day I skipped, the very first day I skipped. It paid. It wasn't the big lottery. This was the Fantasy 5, so it only paid about $100,000. And man, Paul, boy, I wished I could have one of them walking exercise machine. You just throw one in the dumpster. I don't know if you don't even check to see if that stuff is running, do you, or working? But yeah, it's about $100,000, and and when I always went down to the store, there was a community grocery store, gas station thing down there that a bunch of us old men hung out at every morning, and I was going in there. The number came in the night before. Well, I didn't know because I didn't check them. But I come in the store, and Scott, the guy, a friend of mine that run that store, was writing up the numbers on the board there that came in the night before, and he knew what numbers I come in. I don't know if it occurred to him then when he was writing that in, but it was 368-1019, and that's what. And I thought he was just doing that to prank me, but oh no. I ain't never forgot that. 368-1019. And I always played on that the big lottery. I don't forgot how many numbers. Was it 6 numbers? But I played 41, 44, and I played Jennifer's birthday and my son's birthday. I had certain numbers I played. Well, sometimes I would win like $500, and one time I got hey, number one, Laney's in the house. It just got, and there was times I thought I really had a lock on it, on picking the right numbers. And sometimes I would hit them a bunch in a row, and some of them I'd win $500, some of them I'd win. I guess you could say I won a truck. A friend of mine hit the big lottery. He won like $7,000 or $8,000 $1 million, and he had this truck that I wanted, and he knew I wanted it bad, but we never could get together on a price. And when he won that lottery, one day he come up, said, Russell said, you know that truck, my truck you wanting so bad. He said, here's the keys and go get the title and stuff for Scott. Scott was kind of like his secretary, you know. He gave me that truck, and it was about a $6,000 or $7,000 truck. It wasn't a new one, but it was a nice truck, and I wanted it. And oh, you talking about Alan? How much that? When need more of these streams and videos, guess it's just younger generation stuff. And I got a little bit into the older generation stuff, the 48. All right, wait a minute now. All right, 48. Are you one of my subscribers that just changed your number? I've never noticed that 48 before. Who are you, my friend? And if you are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to see you. I need to work. I keep losing subscribers, but I guess that's normal because I have hundreds and hundreds of subscribers that don't even watch my kiss out. Laney done give him a kiss. And there's Cindy with a Y. I don't see Lisa. I hope she's doing all right. And I don't guess the Cullen family will be in here. They're in South Africa, and she just had to have one of her kidneys removed. And one of my subscribers, she said, she said, you can't live without a kidney. Well, you got, I'm assuming you got more than, have you got more than, I know they take kidney donations all the time, but I didn't know if they're just taking a piece of it or if you got two. I don't know if you got two or one, but I know, the kidneys has been removed a lot. Oh, been looking at some of your old videos, Laney. Yeah, we just got socked in, and I think I see a little bit of sunshine peeping in there. We're right at the tail end of that thing where it curves around, and it looks clear sailing beyond that. And I can't wait to get out there tomorrow and start getting rid of a bunch of stuff. And I've got to get my daughter to take me over to Lowe's. I'm going to get, depending on what they cost, I would like to have 2 eggplants. I would like to have 1 more jalapeno. I would like to have 2 bell peppers, 2 different kinds, a banana pepper and a bell pepper. And I'd also like to have some oregano. Oregano's a pepper. Oh, wait a minute. Am I getting that confused with paprika? Paprika. My daughter says, I thought you were getting rid of all that stuff. Well, I am getting rid of a lot of stuff. I'm not going to fool with it. The potatoes were a bust, except for those small ones. Now, those are still coming along, so I don't know. Leave them like that till they tops totally die. I'm going to. I learned something. Hold on a minute. Let me grab it. Well, how can I reach it? What are you looking at, dog? Huh? Your puppy should go. You in a hurry, brother? Oh, I wish you wouldn't shed so much. I'm gonna, and I don't know why I'm gonna do that. It's not like I'm gonna grow a cherry tree and pick cherries, but I've got these cherry pits, and you know those things are extremely hard. I got to stratify these, but before I do it, you take. Have I got my? No, I don't have it. Maybe I can hold it with this. You can. That's a cherry pit, but the act. Well, I dropped it. The actual seed is not what you see here. The actual seed is inside of this, and this is extremely hard. And it takes forever to get one of these to germinate in this thing. So what you do, you gotta get your wire cutters and just catch the edge of that thing and crack it, and it'll split all the way around. And then you can there's a little seed in there, and you take that thing. The seed that's in there. You get several of them. You wrap them in a little napkin. You soak them. Then you wrap them in a paper towel or something, and come back in about a month to 2 months. And those little things will be sprouted, plus they'll be stratified. Stratified means they got to go through a cold spell. You know, that's the natural order of stuff. When it's growing, it grows, it drops its seeds in the ground, and then it goes through the winter. And that's what stratify is. The things are being held in, and you can do that. Like I got several bottles of seeds in my thing that are stratified now. But I'm just not having any luck, and I just want to sprout a cherry seed just because I can do that, or I can try to do that. That's the only reason I want to do it. I've not got no. Is a cherry tree, is that considered an orchard or grove, or is it just a cherry tree? You know, peach orchard, oranges is a grove. I don't know why. I just want to do stuff because I can do it. But on the other hand, I'm not able to do too much out there because, like with Florida, with these storms and stuff coming up like to do, I don't have a good situation out there on the and I should be getting my okay. I don't want to miss anybody. You know, crazy family. Boy, I swear, Marty, every time I see you, man, and you're holding that over there, and feel, I can almost feel pain. It's hurting me now thinking about it. I don't know why I'm like that. There's a name for it, and I can't tell you. I can see somebody. I seen the girl fall. Oh, and it hurts just to think about that. She. What's the name for that? I feel it. I swear, I don't actually. Well, gosh Almighty, what is the name for that? I just don't like that. And if somebody gets cut and I see it, it hurts. Uh, when my daughter has got headaches in there and she gets them bad sometimes, I hurt when I feel it. Uh, some people say, "Well, I can feel your pain." Well, boy, it just. And now with me, if I get hurt somewhat, it doesn't bother me so much if it's me. But if it's somebody else, what is going on here? What? I closed it and went back, and it shows 10 thumbs up. Uh, empathy. Well, is that the name? Uh, it's extremely bad. And somebody will see me when something's happening like that, and they can actually tell, "Are you all right?" Empathy. At that, I can understand empathy, but there's another name that doctor calls that. Golly, Ned, and my baby boy for that here, 2 or 3 weeks back. No, it's been longer than that. It's been like he was out with me and I was riding around and he was oh Lord, that just hurts me. Just think about to bless his heart. He's in bed, by the way. Thank you so much, Crazy Family Tube. I appreciate it. I have noticed that when I do these lives, I always I always run them. I always let them run on my channel, and you can go back and look at them. But I notice I don't have many people going back. I can sense the gut feelings. It freaks me out sometimes. Mostly it's confusing. There's a lot of things confusing to me anymore. I wish I could stop thinking about a lot of things that I did, and I'm talking about when I was a kid, and uh, it that it wasn't bad stuff that I did, but it was stuff that wasn't. It's stuff that wasn't. Well, like if I had a girlfriend, and then it's like I wanted them all. I didn't want to be happy with just this one girl. I didn't want to be just happy with Helen, and then I went out with her sister. It bothers me that now it bothers me that I was like that. What do they call that? Playing the field. It bothers me that I was like that. When I feel the pain of others, it helps me to pray for them. Remember, we talked about routine and occupying your mind with other stuff like you do with your gardening. Yeah, but I got so much stuff from my past flooding back that I hadn't really thought about. And it just, well, actually, I'm glad when it did because I'm actually in touch with a couple of girls that was part of my childhood now. Loretta said, I'll meet you at the flag. Or you want to meet me at the flagpole? The flagpole was right there in front of them. I'm going to have to post a picture of that school and you see the flagpole and you see other kids around, and I think this picture was taken probably around 1955, something like that. And hard to believe that school was made in 1912, I believe. It's over 100 years old. 2 stories, and it was Springfield Elementary, and the name of it was Mattie B. Rutherford. And Mattie B. Rutherford was the first principal of that school when it was built, and it wasn't called that then. It was Springfield Elementary, and when she retired, they named the school after her. But, oh, by the way, take a look. Oh, my head gets cold now when I take my hat off. I was laying in the bed last night, and who was it? Jennifer said, "Is Poppy awake?" Donald looked in there and he said, "Poppy, you up?" Of course I was. And I heard him calling about, yeah, he's awake. He's in the bed, but he's got his hat on. my head was getting cold, so I put the hat on. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I got to get her to take me over to Lowe's. The reason I want to get I looked at Amazon. Now, Amazon sells a lot of plants like that, but my gosh, they want like $22 for 4 little plants, not big things. And that's about 3 prices of that. And it's Bonnie plants, but I'm not gonna get them from them. There ain't no way. I can't afford it anyhow. But I want peppers. I want eggplants. And I'm not going to fool the squash for something. Now, I've got 2 squash plants out there that right at the minute, they seem to be doing okay. They got some 3 or 4 squash on there about that long. And it's not the crook neck squash, it's the straight neck squash. But I like to take eggplant. I love eggplant. I like to slice them up and parboil them. In other words, partially cook them and then freeze them. But now I would like to find out how you do those and bread them and have them all ready to put in the frying pan. But I don't know if I could do that or not. And I'm wanting to dry some peppers. And I want to make jalapeno powder. In other words, it's dried up jalapenos that's dehydrated, it's dry. You put it in the blender and you grind it all the way down to a fine powder. Boy, that's great for just lightly seasoned food and stuff. Well, still missing 214. What about writing down on paper for grandson? What are you talking about, lady? Well, I've got several hundred of my videos that's all in one file, but I don't have the ones going up. Now I can go back and redo those and record them, record them, and she has a tape recording of her grandmother, my mother, father, sister, and me. I am the only one living now, and it's true. It's great to hear their voices, so if you can record the stories. Thumbs up. One thumbs up before I come in. It's like ringing the doorbell. In the stage of life Poppy is all about coming to peace with your past and leaving a legacy. What you want people to say about you and what of your stories will live on. You know, gosh, I wished I could have had stuff to do that back when my grandparents was living, and I wish that was all recorded. But I don't have my grandmother's voice. I know what it sounded like. I know what my granddaddy's voice sounded like, but I don't have a recording of it. I've got some recordings. I got some videos of my wife and my babies and some other people. But it's not. Back then, it wasn't easy to record stuff. I mean, shoot. Back in the day, you had to go. You had to pay an arm and a leg just to talk to somebody on the phone, say in another country or something. And now I'm sure there's somebody here right now that's in another country. Um, but I got people, South Africa, I got people in Germany, I got people in France, uh, the UK, Australia, Guam. They're just all over the place. And I talk. It's very easy, I can set up a private live chat and sit there. And I ain't seen. Oh boy, Manuela. Dadgummit, Manuela, where are you at? Uh, I ain't seen her in a while. And I've talked to her a couple of times, and she's in Berlin, Germany. The last time I was in Germany was 1960s. Can't remember the exact date. But I like Manuela. I wish I could go back. When I was in Germany, it was East and West Germany, and I could go to Berlin. And before they actually put the wall up, I could go into East Berlin, back and forth, but then they put the wall up, and that's when everything changed. But ain't like, if I wanted to call home when I was in Germany, you had to stand in line at this payphone, and you had to have a bunch of coins. And of course, you have 30 or 40 men standing in line behind you, want you to hurry off and get off so they can get on. They had 4 phones there, and they stayed at certain times of the week. They stayed busy. Um, and I remember uh, when I don't know if any of y'all can remember a phone company that was called Excel, Excell, and I was selling phone service for them, and I didn't make my money. It was what do they call it? Can't think what to call it, but I worked for Excel. I made good money in bonuses. Uh, but the bottom fell out on that company because what do they call it when it's almost like a pyramid, but it collapsed. And I thought that was the cat's meow when it first come out. I have a recording somewhere of my son. One of them was he was bowling. We were bowling at the bowling alley. That was in 1986. And I got one. Our friends was over for Saturday night. We were playing. We played cards every Saturday night. They was there, and we was playing rook. And it was me and Donald, and Donald's wife and my wife. Again, they were against us. We were against them. And those ladies swore up and down that me and Donald had signals is why we kept winning. They just couldn't get it in their head that me and Donald was just that good at that game. And and they were making this video, and they got mad. They didn't. I took the bid. I don't know if you know anything about rook, but I took the bid and I run the board. I turned every trick. Didn't lose a trick. And they was so mad. And my wife gave me the finger. That's on video. And Donald's wife gave us the finger. And I got one video there of I don't know who was that there was a oh boy, I stopped to read something and I lost my train of thought. What was it? Donna, she sat on my left. My wife sat on my right, and Donald sat directly across from me. And I was holding my hand up, and I could, and then in the bit, I didn't notice it when it was happening, but when I was holding my hand, you could see my hand, and you could see that stinking Donna. She'd lay back and do this yawn thing, and when she did it, she'd lay her head over looking at my hand. And she was doing that. And I said, "Would you quit looking at my damn hand?" That's all on video. I've got some of my, I got one video of my dog, one of my dogs, when I was raising Rottweilers. And, and I actually lost it. I hadn't had this particular dog. His name was Chauncey. And that guy was a beast. And we was training him to, when he'd make a bite on somebody trying to release, when we gave the command to release. And I didn't have no cuffs or protection on my arms or anything because he wasn't attacking me. He was attacking the guy with the suit and everything on. And he grabbed he grabbed that guy. And I mean, he had him good. And then we gave the command to release. And I had to give him the command 2 or 3 times to release. And finally he released, and the sucker turned around there and nailed me on my arm. That, not the arm that was holding the release. I should have had both hands on the leash, but I didn't. And he nailed me, and he nailed me good. And I finally let somebody else do the training on him. So he was a nice dog, though. Lady, how old are you again? I thought you said that other day when I was trying, just curious because I forgot. Number one, she's 71. I didn't, you don't look 71. She whiz. That means she's born at about 52, 51, 52. You was a 50s baby. Flipping the birds are right of passage. I can't do a good bird anymore. I can't get it like bang, like that. I can get it like that. And now I can't even hardly get up anymore. And then this finger, I don't know if you can see this finger right there, how that finger there, I can't straighten it. I bent that thing over so far one time when I fell, and I can remember exactly when I fell and how I fell. Did that one. I can't straighten it out anymore. Oh, yeah, this memory thing, and you know something that occurs to me. There's only just a handful of people that has a living memory. When I say living memory, it's a memory of something that happened in your life or people you was with that you were alive, that we were all alive, and they got a living memory. I got a living memory of my grandma, my grandpa, and all that stuff. I got a living memory of a great granddad and a great grandmother. I got a memory. Well, I don't have a memory. I only have a memory because I know I had uncle that was in Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941, and he was aboard the USS Arizona. And of course, the Arizona, it's all it is now. It's just a memorial there. It's still in the water. It's sunk. They never got it refloated or anything. And he died. He died in that. I have a memory of that, but I don't have a living memory of. I don't have a memory of him at all personally. I just know he was there, and I know he died. Too much work to flip that. Every once in a while, somebody flips me a bird. You know what, though? When yeah, I'll tell you exactly. When somebody flips me a bird and they're looking at me, this is what they get. I give them that. I don't shoot them no bird. I just give them a big old smile and wave. And that tends to make people even more mad for some reason. My mom was 99 and a half when she died. My aunt was 95 when she died. My dad was 71. I know a lot of y'all have told me, that's something you shouldn't. Uh, I'm just so upset sometimes thinking that you live all these years, and I lived my life for 48 years, and then all of a sudden she's gone and I'm here. She deserved to be here and not me. Russell, the more part of you can keep your thoughts, the less painful some of those memories can be. Uh, you go to Michael's. Born in '49. My math head wasn't working too good there. um, I done lost my train of thought. But it's just I just think about all the people that had a part in my life, and I'm talking about some of the people I never met. I never met. I never met uh, Franklin Roosevelt. I never met Harry Truman. I never met uh, Eisenhower. Now he was my commander in chief when I was in the army. Till John Kennedy come in. Uh, but I never met them, but they were part of my life. Uh, I, there was some presidents in my life that I really, really liked, both Democrat and Republicans. And but I never met them, but they were part of my life. Some of the celebrities, like movie stars and stuff, I never met them, but they're part of my life that are not here anymore. Uh, it's just so much happened, so much goes, so many have gone. I was a big fan of the Statler brothers, and I actually seen them in concert a couple of times when they weren't so big. Uh, and sometimes I just cried when Lou, he was one of the Statler brothers. They weren't actually brothers either, and he had to retire because he had this disease that was keeping him from working. And then when Harold Reed, he was the bass, and he was the brother. His other brother was on there with him. He died, so there's only two of them originally. Of the original four left. Three of you want to count that new guy that come in, and I can't pick his name out right now. But you know, and I have met up close and personal with some stars. Elvis Presley is one. And I went to one of his concerts in 1956. I think it cost me $1 for a ticket to get in there. And at that concert, it was Elvis Presley and June Carter, before she ever married Johnny Cash, and Justin Tubb. June Carter was, Mother Maybelle and the Carter family, and then Justin Tubb, that was the son of Ernest Tubb. And I met all of them. I didn't meet Elvis that night, but June Carter I did, and Justin Tubb I did. But Elvis, he was the big star of that particular concert, I met Elvis in person later on in Frankfurt, Germany. That's when I asked him that dumb question if he remembered. Do you remember me? When I was sitting right on that first row down, like he's gonna remember that. Oh, I'm sure he thought, what a dumbass. But I asked him that. And he had a picture of that, but I wasn't in the picture. I was taking the picture. My friend was in it. Oh, Lord have mercy. Barbara says, my past was hard, but I lived. I shrugged my shoulder and think, what the heck? I'm till 69 to 71 years old, There's a lot I wanted to do that I never got to do, and there's a lot I got to do that I didn't think I'd ever get to do. And there's a lot of what ifs, like my German girlfriend that had my daughter, and I didn't even know she was pregnant when I left Germany. And then I met her. I haven't met her, but she's in Tennessee. So I know where she's at. We've talked a little bit, but we don't really discuss it like on a father-daughter level. I think what happened there is when my girlfriend got pregnant and had the baby, I think the way that turned out, her parents raised the baby as their daughter. And that's the way it stayed for years. So my daughter was looking at my girlfriend as her sister. I think the way that's all went down, I don't know. So I'm not, I don't, I would love to meet her. I would like, what the, my face looks dirty. I'm gonna have to go in there. Can't tell. Where's my, I don't see it. I don't see it. Oh well. Um, life's funny, folks. I wouldn't know any of you people that I'm talking to right now. I wouldn't even know your names. I wouldn't even know if you existed. Hey, Dwayne. Barbara isn't great. You kept going. That rabbit hole is not for us. Yeah. Uh, what was I talking about now? Probably something I shouldn't have. Um, anyhow, I didn't know whether to do a hump day live today or not since I did one yesterday. But guys, I'm gonna have to. I think I asked Christy about this the next time they do a live, and I'm gonna, if it's okay if I push my channel in a comment or two to try and pick up some more, because I'm losing so many, and I'm not. It's for sure I'm not gonna make any money off of the ads. But if I hadn't decided to do the YouTube, I wouldn't know you guys. I wouldn't know you even existed. Fell in ocean as a toddler. Hung off a cliff. Fell out of a moving car. Had family try to get extra friendly. Wait a minute. Had family tried to get extra friendly. That sounds like a rabbit hole there. I don't know whether to discuss stuff like that or not. I know it happens a lot more. It happened. I don't know about Carol, my sister that I found. I didn't know her in her young years. But my other two sisters, it happened to both of them by two different family members. So I won't go into that. But it isn't too bad. We may try to drive farther in October. We would want to see you. We would bring Alan. Yeah, I'd love to see Alan. He's my buddy. uh, but yeah, I can laugh at all. Nope, it is not now. I can laugh. You know. Um, man, I can't come. Just not. I'm gonna drop that. YouTube is complicated. It's not for everyone. It's good. You can use it to catalog all your videos so your grandbabies can enjoy. Um, eh, this is coffee, by the way. this is some of that flavored little stick of powder stuff you drop into water, and it's got artificial sweetener in it, and this is the grape flavored. I had forgot I still had coffee there when I made this. But, yeah, it's going worse now. There it is. My head's itching. Stop that. Okay. Tomorrow, if it's not raining, I'm gonna go out there and I'm throwing you drove straight through to Texas in 17. I couldn't handle 17-hour drive. Even back in the day, I couldn't. I wouldn't do it. I would go like 10 hours. It took me 10 hours to drive from our house here in Ocala to my mother-in-law's. Oh, I wish I could go back up there again and with the videos, camera and stuff. I would like to go right there in that drive, right on that spot where I got that first kiss from my wife. I would like to go down to the big spring where I got another big kiss from my wife and drink some spring water. I never had spring water, straight out of the mountain. I would like to go down on the river to that very first spot where they was teaching me how to fly fish for trout and do all that on the video, and go to the spot where my friend's daughter, who was about 8, she was standing there on this rock, and it's where a lot of people go because it's very scenic there and everything. And she slipped and started sliding down the rock, and I grabbed her arm and pulled her back. I would like to go to all them spots again. I'd like to go to the very spot on Nanahala Lake where I got a ticket for fishing without a license, and I wasn't even fishing. I was holding a stinking, hey Raina, I'm still watching some of your videos, dear. I got a ticket for fishing without a license, and I wasn't even fishing. I was holding a second pole for my brother-in-law who was fishing, and was getting ready to hand it to him, and the warden pulled up right then with me standing there with that pole in my hand. And quick as I seen that warden, I looked at that pole and I said, I'm gonna get a ticket. And I got one. Teresa McCain, how you doing, dear? Raina, are you still in what country were you in? Like, you were in one of those eastern countries, right? I call her Giggles. I like listening to her giggle. Some people talk about my laugh. I like listening to her giggle. And she's which one of them? I think she's in Saudi Arabia. And she's a Filipino girl. That's been. I know she's from Philippines, but I think she's in Saudi Arabia. She does a little cooking video every once in a while. Some of it looks good, some of it I'd be afraid to eat. That's Giggles. That's Giggles. But yeah, I would love to just go up to my mother, the old home place, just one more time. I would love to go to Roanoke Rapids just one more time, um, and go to the house that belonged to my Aunt Mamie, and that was my cousin, my first cousin, Frankie and Lewis, and they were my favorite cousins. And I can remember that house when there was no running water. There was a well, you had to go out and draw water. There was an outhouse down the path, and the only lights they had in that house was kerosene lamps. And I'd be staying at my grandma's. That'd be across the cotton field over there. And I didn't go home till it was dark. And I'd look back there at that house, and I could see that lamp sitting in the window burning. And Aunt Mamie wouldn't let them turn the lamp off till she knew I got over to Grandmama's. Because that was scary walking across that field in the dark. But I could look back and see that lamp burning. Oh, man. Don't see. Did I see Teresa? Yeah. But yeah, not many of us left. It's got a living memory of that house at Aunt Mamie's and my grandma's house, and the house is not there anymore. My grandmother's house. They sold the kids all. When my granddaddy's second wife, granddaddy had already died, but his second wife got to live in the house till she died. She couldn't have it. She couldn't sell it or anything. And when his second wife finally died, and I did not like that woman. I didn't. I heard something about her. She worked at the mill, and she told somebody within earshot of my aunt, talking about this old man she met that had one foot in the grave, but he had this big old nice house. It's talking about my granddaddy. She thought she was going to get that place, and that's where all my dad and my aunts and that's where they were all raised. 10 of them. But when Miss Effie died, that's the grandmother, a great step grandmother. They decided to sell the property, but it was hard to sell with that house on it for some reason. So they decided to demolish the house. By that, they let the fire department come in and practice on the fire with it and burn it to the ground. And there's a big old granite rock that was the back step to the back door of the house. And Daddy asked me, was anything over there I wanted, a piece out of the house or something? And I told him I sure would like to have that footstep there at the back door. So he got that thing, and somehow or another, my cousin wound up with it. And that rock's still sitting over there in my cousin's yard in a little garden he's got there, and his daughter lives there. I don't have it. I would like to have it, but then again, I don't know. That thing means nothing to nobody. Nobody's got a living memory. Well, a few of us still around that's got a living, but maybe 5 of us of that still. Wow. Okay. I've been yapping for over an hour. I miss my cousins. It's like when we got married and had kids, we stopped talking. Missed the good old days. A lot of the cousins that I was close. Let's see. I've got Dougie. I've got all of Uncle JB's kids, which is 7. But a lot of them don't have no living memory of some of that stuff around there because they were so much younger. Uncle JB, that was their daddy. He was in the Navy in World War II. But okay, I'm trying to see if I need to address anybody before I get out of here. I will be. I hope it's sun shining tomorrow. There ain't no sun peeping out now. But guys, if I forgot to say hi to any of you, I appreciate it, but it's howdy to all. I will see you on Wednesday. It's live on Wednesday, but Saturday's live stream, and a couple more videos I'll be putting up between now and then. My head's itching for some reason, but I appreciate all of you being here. I really do. Have a good one.